so great to have you guys supporting us, and you doing Homegrown Tones is just fantastic because there's so many great bands.
By the way, you're listening to Tim Lampton.
All I ever needed was a woman's touch.
Hey, Hogs.
So I'm going to a Hogtown.
Hi, this is Andy Ross
And I'm Michael Lebecki
of Hogtown Packing Company, and you're listening to Homegrown Tones
on 105.5 The Cat,
the Southland's rock and roll anthem.
Watch out for these boys are in cahoots.
It's the Southland's Rock and Roll Animal 105.5 The Cat, and you're tuned in for another hour-long radio adventure of toe-tapping, headbanging, guitar-wailing talent around the Southlands. Thursday night at 8 with me, Tim Lamping, on Homegrown Tones. Their sound classic yet contemporary, old-school Southern blues rock meets modern melodic country. Hogtown Packing Company's blend of hard-driving, hot shoe-shuffling down-home beat and even a Leonard Skinner-style slide guitar that would sound just as catchy either on hit country radio or any classic rock format. Their sound is just as solid in the lyrics as the up-tempo, upbeat music. It's described on their Reverb Nation band page as an ever-changing mix of classic and fresh rock and blues with a pinch of Americana and a dusting of Texas metal. In the studio tonight from Hogtown Packing Company is their bassist and singer Michael Lebecki, and we also have Andy Ross, their guitarist and singer. Welcome to the show tonight, guys.
Thanks for having us.
J.D. King on slide guitar. He's not here. Mike Akai, their drummer. Greg Schwetleiler, who is their keyboardist. What would you say the most distinctive element of your sound is? Would it be your lead guitar solos, your lyrics?
That's a tough question to answer, Tim. I think it's a combination of the lyrics. We've been trying to focus a little bit more on background vocals and throwing some slide in there, and there's an added element of a little bit of dobro on the record. So little tiny influences that we all have are starting to creep in to the forefront a little bit more.
The lyrics are something that stands out, and especially the track Send Me Back. Quite a topical issue you've got going. Never seen the likes of Arrogance and Pride over Nothing. Send Me Back in Time, where Dirty Water turns to wine. What inspired that particular tune, Michael?
That's one of Andy's. The way we work is me and Andy primarily, we wrote the entire album, and then we kind of write separately, and then we get together, and then we conglomerate on everything, and it's completely cooperative.
Yeah, that was written years ago. That was written during the Bush era. Yeah. It's just a basic frustration of getting jerked around by all these politicians and the same people who raise the gas prices, and the same thing we're all going through, just getting a little ticked off, I guess you could say.
Well, here's an example of the powerful lyrics and equally powerful music mix from Hogtown Packing Company from their self-titled debut CD. This is Send Me Back. It's on Homegrown Tones, on the Southland's Rock and Roll Animal, 105.5 The Cat.
Seen the likes of it. The arrogance and pride over nothing. Lots of big talk from the big men, small talk from the little man, and that's me. And everyone I see, send me back in time to where a strong man speaks his mind. It's just as good as the name on a dotted line. Wanna go back in time. Dirty water turned to wine. 'cause there's no one left to screw. Send me back in time to where a man let his honor shine. In the cutthroat way we live each day, would strike a good man blind. Wanna go back in time, I don't want the one to slide. Send me back in time to where a man let his honor shine. In the cutthroat way we live each day, would strike a good man blind. Send me back in time. Send me back in time. Send me back in time. Turn it back to wine.
On the Southland's Rock and Roll Animal 105.5 The Cat, it's Hogtown Packing Company, and yes, that tune is kind of a throwback to Leonard Skinner Allman Brothers sound, but very modern country, and a nice little mixture there too. And you want to check this mixture out live, you can do so, including tomorrow night when they play the Roadhouse in Valparaiso. Set 'em Up Lanes, that happens in Griffith, Indiana. Saturday, it's actually a birthday party for Hogtown's manager Anastasia Zivic. They just told me, Michael Lubecki and also Andy Ross, who are in the studio with me, just told me they're already working on a follow-up. They have about 11 songs recorded. So with that in mind, guys, based on what we're hearing here, what would be different about the sound of this upcoming record?
I'm a Southern boy, so I've always enjoyed a lot of Southern rock. I wasn't so much as a Skinner fan, other than I was more of a 38 Special fan. I like the heavy, grittier stuff. What we're doing is we're kind of taking the modern sound of this drop tuning that a lot of the musicians are using, and we're playing stuff that's a little bit more aggressive, but has this kind of Texas stomp sound to it, like a boot heel to the head, as I call it. It's almost like kicking a cow. Yeah, we want to keep the sound of Hogtown, but we want to try to modernize it by just being just a little bit more aggressive, but still tasteful when it comes to the harmonies and the slide and everything.
What we're doing, pretty much. Yeah.
Well, you're taking the sound of what basically could be considered the unofficial title track, Hogtown, a little bit further by shooting a music video for it as well.
Yeah, that's going to be coming up Saturday. There's going to be a full production crew. SCS Productions is going to be shooting the video. We're going to be doing it in 2 parts. And then we've hired, so to say, the Hogtown Girls, which we casted 5 or 6 really gorgeous girls who are going to dress up in Daisy Dukes, and they're going to wash a pickup for us. We're just going to kind of be standing around watching them do it in the field,
It's tough work, man.
Yeah,
but, somebody's got to do it.
You can form your own storyboard by listening to the lyrics and the song Hogtown from Hogtown Packing Company here on the Southland's Rock and Roll Animal 105.5 The Cat on Homegrown Tones.
so tired of the way that you treat me. I stood accused by you, now I don't want you around. So I wanna get out, wanna get to the city, the one I always dream about. So I'm going to a Hogtown, yeah, yeah. I love the ladies and I love that sound. A little fella that shakes the ground. I'm the only big girl that I ride around in a Hogtown, yeah, yeah. Sure sounds damn good to me, 'cause that's my philosophy. It's the only place that I wanna be. Well, aren't you tired of making me crazy? I'm thinking it's you, girl, that's a little bit lazy. Now I wanna get back to the city where my heart is at. So I'm going to a Hogtown, yeah, yeah. I love the ladies and I love that sound. A little brother that shakes the ground. You're the only big girl that I ride around in a Hogtown, yeah, yeah. Sure sounds damn good to me, 'cause that's my philosophy. It's the only place that I wanna be. So I'm going to a Hogtown, yeah, yeah. I love the ladies and I love that sound. A little fella that shakes the ground. You're the only big girl that I ride around in a Hogtown, yeah, yeah. Sure sounds damn good to me, 'cause that's my philosophy. It's the only place that I wanna be is in a Hogtown, yeah, yeah. I love the ladies and I love that sound. A little fella that shakes the ground. You're the only big girl that I ride around in a Hogtown, yeah, yeah. Sure sounds damn good to me, 'cause that's my philosophy. It's the only place that I wanna be. I wanna be. So I'm going to a Hogtown. I'm going to a Hogtown, yeah, yeah. Sure sounds damn good to me.
On the Southland's Rock and Roll Animal, Homegrown Tones on 105.5 The Cat, and you might want to start planning your triptych to Hogtown. Actually, you need to go to Griffith, Indiana this Saturday, because Hogtown Packing Company, I have two members in the studio with me tonight, is going to be shooting the music video for that song, which we just heard, the Set 'em Up Lanes and Lounge. It is in Griffith, Indiana. You can find out information about that show or any of the other shows they have coming up. I mentioned they have one in Valparaiso, Indiana, tomorrow night. Go to ReverbNation.com/HogtownPackingCo, HogtownPackingCo.com, which is their website. You can also go to their Facebook page. They do have a band page on it. You can sample some of the songs. You're going to have, I would imagine, quite a huge age range of audience coming out to see you, because so many people can appreciate this music. It's crossover, like I said. Country fans can appreciate it. There's a wide age range where that's concerned. And then your Southern rock fans, 30, 40, 50-somethings. What is your typical age group?
We're drawing probably 50% more female within the age range of 25 to 35, and more typical male range between 40 and 50. So it's like older guys are digging this stuff, but the stuff is so fresh that we're getting quite a young crowd in there with us. And I think the writing is fresh. We have a great talented band as far as the members go, but there's no animosity about what is done. It doesn't really matter. We do it for the benefit of the song. If I write a song and Andy sounds better at it because it's fresher and it sounds better, we're completely cooperative and everything, and that's what it came down to.
And likewise.
There's no animosity, and it all comes down to what sounds best for the album and the song.
There's even a little mandolin coming up on this next album, which is kind of funny. We're getting, like Michael said earlier, some of the stuff is taken on a little heavier bent, but at the same time you can sprinkle a little mandolin over the top of it, or a little dobro, and you have some sort of hybrid mutant.
So this is a total band project. It's not like one person contributes. It just all flows together.
Well, I think it was maybe last weekend we all got together at my house. I think we came up with about 20-some songs that we had all introduced. You know, you just can't expect to say, hey, this is what needs to be on here. Andy had some problems with some of the heavier stuff that I had written. I was willing to say, it doesn't need to be done. You know, if we want to, don't ever have that problem.
We try to make a compromise with whatever issues that we might have.
No control freaks in this band, in other words.
Right.
Michael and Andy, thank you for coming down and sharing the music with us tonight.
Oh, we appreciate it.
Had a good time, Tim. Thanks for
having
having us.
Like you said, it's a good crossover type of album. It's good for top 40 or country. We're going to try to make sure the next album is just as sporadic. In other words, you can pick one song, the diversity of it, so there's a little bit there for everybody.
And there will be a little bit of musical diversity for everyone who comes out tomorrow night in Valparaiso and also Saturday night in Griffith, Indiana at Set 'em Up Lanes and Lounge. And that gig is going to be hosted by 105.5 The Cat's own afternoon driver, Freak.
Yeah.
Is going to be a special guest MC. From Hogtown Packing Company's self-titled debut CD, it's Mexico. On Homegrown Tones on the Southland's rock and roll animal, 105.5 The Cat.
Across the tracks, might as well be living down in Mexico. And she's one of the reasons that I wanna go back. Might as well be living down in Mexico. So let's have another drink and we'll dance all night, and we'll go all together till the morning light. Well, one thing is for certain, I can tell you all, we all might as well be living down in Mexico. 'Cause I got a little shack away from no one else, a pretty senorita all to myself. I'm gonna take it easy, gonna take it slow. Might as well be living down in Mexico.
Homegrown Tones on 105.5 The Cat, the Southland's rock and roll animal.